Instantly AI builds professional, high-volume cold email systems from scratch. In this tutorial, we're generating a live, multi-domain outreach campaign with automated warm-up and a verified lead database. While I'll be using a marketing agency as our example, these steps will work for any business. Throughout this tutorial, we'll see how to navigate a dashboard, connect and authenticate sending domains, source high-intent leads, write sequences with AI, manage replies in the Unibox, and scale your volume safely. Let's dive right in. Chapter 1. Onboarding and Dashboard Overview. Clicking the link in the description will take you directly to the Instantly homepage. Click Start for free in the center left of your screen. Instantly offers a 14-day free trial so you can try it risk-free. You can create an account by logging in with Google or Apple, or by entering your email address and password. I'll use my Google account. I'll accept the Instantly terms of use and privacy policy and follow the on-screen instructions to sign in. In just a few clicks, you'll arrive at the dashboard. Before we start building, let's take a quick tour of the interface so you know where your tools are located. In the sidebar on the left, you'll see several icons. Starting from top to bottom, they're Instantly Copilot. Instantly's built-in AI can handle whatever you need, analyze your workflow for errors, recommend ways to improve deliverability, assist with writing email copy, research industry best practices, and more. Automations. This module lets you build custom workflows that trigger actions in other apps, such as pushing a lead to Slack or a spreadsheet if they reply. SuperSearch. This is a massive database of over 450 million business-to-business contacts for building your prospect lists. It feeds directly into your campaigns, ensuring you always have a steady stream of high-quality targets to contact. We'll see how to use SuperSearch in Chapter 4. Email accounts. This is where you connect domains, automate warm-ups, and monitor inbox health to protect your sender reputation. In short, it's where you set your outreach campaigns up for success. Campaigns. This is where you'll build multi-step email sequences, upload leads, and launch and manage outreach campaigns. Unibox, a centralized inbox that gathers all responses from every sending account in one spot. No more switching between accounts. It all happens right here. Analytics. This is where you will track campaign performance, specifically the open rate, click rate, reply rate, and the opportunities created by your campaigns. CRM, a built-in management system designed to track leads as they move through your sales pipeline. It integrates directly with the Unibox to ensure no potential deal ever falls through the cracks. Website visitors. This tool identifies the people and companies visiting your website in real time, helping you connect with high-quality leads who are already considering your services. Inbox placements, a proactive deliverability tool that tests your emails against major providers like Google and Outlook to see exactly where they land. It acts as an early warning system, allowing you to catch and fix technical issues before they affect your overall campaign performance. AI agents, autonomous assistants that can handle lead qualification and replying based on your specific training. In other words, they're fully customizable and can help reduce your workload. Whew, that was a lot. Now that we know where our tools are, let's prepare you for success by laying the proper foundation, your sending domains. Chapter 2. Domain strategy and technical authentication. The first thing we have to do is link your email addresses to Instantly. While this is simple, there is one thing to keep in mind. The biggest cold email mistake is sending from your primary company domain. If your outreach gets flagged as spam, poor campaign performance will be the least of your worries. There's a good chance your internal emails will stop being delivered. That means everything from customer support messages to invoices might start slipping through the cracks due to something called reputation bleed. We need to keep your primary domain's reputation as healthy as possible. That's why you will want to use a secondary domain created specifically for outreach. And no, that does not mean using your personal email address either. It means creating a standalone, related domain address to complement your main domain. For example, if my primary domain is nordicattire.com, then a good secondary domain could be getnordicattire.com. You'll want to have several different email addresses created, prepped, and ready to go because some will get blacklisted over time. All right, with that out of the way, let's head back to Instantly. Open the Email Accounts tab and click Add New User. Instantly allows for unlimited accounts, so don't hold back. get those secondary domain addresses ready to go. Instantly syncs with Google's Gmail, Microsoft's Outlook, or a custom server name. I will show you how to use Gmail. I'll select Google/G Suite under Done For You Email Setup. I want to keep New Domain selected. I'll enter my domain name, Vlasyev.com, in the field and hit Enter. Instantly will recommend several available secondary domains. You can click Search for More to see more options. Select the domain names you want to use. I'll select this one, and it'll be added to the list at the bottom. Now, I'll click Next. That will take you to this screen, where Instantly will show you the email addresses being created for your new subdomain. Rather than placing this order, however, I'll go back and show you how to do this manually. I'll click back in the upper left corner several times until I'm back in Email Accounts. I'll click Add New, then select Google under Connect Existing Accounts. Select option 1. Now, click Login and follow the on-screen instructions. You'll get a pop-up in the top center of the screen that says Connected. All that did was sync the accounts. Now we have to configure Instantly. Click on Google Workspace Admin Panel and log into your accounts. Once you're logged in, click Configure New App. Copy and paste your Instantly client ID into the search bar and select and approve Instantly's request for access. Once you're done, feel free to close this tab. Go back to Instantly and return to the Email Accounts tab. You should now see any email addresses linked to your domain. Since I didn't purchase the extra ones, all I can see is the hello@vlasyev.com one. That's fine. And for today's video, this will work. Unfortunately, we aren't done yet, and things are about to get complicated. However, hover your cursor over your email address, then click the eyeball icon that appears. Switch to Settings and check the box under Custom Tracking Domain. Now, this is where most beginners run into trouble. If your domain name system, DNS configuration isn't right, many of your emails will go straight to your recipient's spam or junk folders, regardless of their contents. That's why we have to verify your DNS records, specifically 3 different ones. The first is the Sender Policy Framework, SPF. This is a line of code in your domain settings that says, I authorize Instantly to send mail on my behalf. We have to leave Instantly to set this up properly. I'll use a website I created on Hostinger a few weeks ago for another video. If you're using a website hosted on Squarespace, Wix, Shopify, or WordPress, the steps will vary slightly. I've personally found that Hostinger offers the best balance of professional website building and reliable hosting on the market. To help you get started, I've included a link in the description that lets you try it out for free and secures an exclusive discount if you decide to upgrade. On Hostinger, I'll open Domains and select Domain Portfolio. Next to my website, doughdanddrizzle.com, I'll click Manage. In the left sidebar, I'll click on DNS/name servers. We have to add a new record. I'll open the drop-down menu under Type and select TXT. I'll delete the @ symbol under Name and enter my website's root domain, Dough and Drizzle. Now, for the TXT value, I'll enter this string of characters. It should appear on your screen now. This is being configured for Google and Gmail, but if you use a different email provider such as Outlook, you can easily find the code online. Lastly, I'll set the TTL to 3600. Now, click Add Record. 1 of 3 done. Now let's add a DKIM, or Domain Keys Identified Mail Signature. Essentially, DKIM verifies that the email wasn't tampered with in transit. For me, I'll need to log into the Google Admin Console. I'll head over to Google Workspace and generate a new DKIM key. Back over to Hostinger, I'll have to add another record. It'll be a TXT record, and the name will be default_domain key. I'll copy and paste the DKIM key I grabbed from the admin console into the TXT value field, and I'll set the TTL to 3600 again. Click Add Record, and we're done. Almost there. Last up is DMARC, or the Domain-Based Message Authentication, Reporting, and Conformance Protocol. Despite the terrifying name, this is actually the easiest one to set up. We're creating another TXT record, this time named _DMARC. The value is straightforward and should be the same for you. V equals DMARC1, P equals none. As for TTL, you know the drill. 3600 it is. Add record, and there we go. With your SPF, DKIM, and DMARC protocols set up, your emails will reach far more recipients. Don't worry, this was the hardest part. It gets easier from here. Let's head back over to Instantly. Click the Test Domain Setup button to the left of the Add New button. It's a grid icon. If all goes well, you'll see a green check mark with the notification all accounts have SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records set up. If you see a red X instead, Instantly will provide a help link with the exact text you need to copy and paste into your DNS settings. Remember, the exact process of setting up and verifying your SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records will vary from person to person, depending on your web hosting platform and email provider. This could be a frustrating step, but it is absolutely vital. Stick with it until you see that sweet green check mark. Once you've got your sending domains and backend records configured properly, it's time to get those emails ready to go. Chapter 3. Warming up. Brand new email accounts have no reputation, and sending 50 emails on day 1 is the fastest way to get flagged as a spam bot by Google's filters. Even if you're using an email account that's lain dormant for years, this is still a problem. Going from 0 emails per day to 50 will likely flag your accounts. In short, you have to earn the trust of service providers by building your sender reputation over time. Luckily, Instantly automates this entire process. Let's see how. In the Email Accounts tab, you will see a small flame icon next to each connected account. Clicking this and confirming you want to move on enters your account into a massive peer-to-peer network. In short, Instantly's accounts will email each other, open the messages, and mark them as important. It's a great way to build your sender reputation relatively quickly. Still, we aren't ready to enable the warm-up process. Hover over your email address, click the eye icon from the last section, and scroll down until you find the warm-up settings. Click Show Advanced Settings while you're at it. I'll walk you through the optimal settings for new or reactivated accounts. Increase per day. Keep this set at 1 or raise it to 2. Do not go over 2. Daily warm-up limit. The total number of messages an account can send during the warm-up period. Increase the total to 20. While 10 is the suggested amount, it's a bit too low in my opinion. Reply rate. Keep this at 30%. A reply rate higher than this may be flagged as suspicious. For context, in an actual outreach campaign, a reply rate of 10% is considered exceptional. Weekdays only. Flip this to enable. Outreach campaigns should never begin or operate on the weekend. The only way customers should receive email on the weekend is if they're receiving a follow-up email further down the campaign's email chain. Red emulation. This essentially instructs accounts in Instantly's warm-up pool to spend time reading and scrolling through your email. This setting is not a must-have, but I'll still enable it. Warm customing tracking domain. Enable Instantly. This allows you to leverage the time spent getting your DNS records configured properly and will dramatically boost your reputation in the eyes of Google, Outlook, or any other email delivery service. Open rate, spam protections, and mark important. Set these to 70, 100, and 100 respectively. Now click Save in the bottom left and close this window. Now click the flame icon, confirm your intentions, and click Continue. There we go. I recommend letting your accounts warm up for at least 2 weeks before launching a real campaign, though letting them go for a month is ideal. Even after you go live, keep the warm-up running. It acts as a safety net for your domain reputation. If a prospect marks your email as spam, the positive signals from the warm-up pool will balance out the negative strike. While your email accounts are being warmed up, let's see how Instantly can help you find potential customers. Chapter 4. Sourcing leads with SuperSearch. Let's get right to it. Open the SuperSearch tab. This is where you can find decision makers without paying for an external database. On the left sidebar, you'll see filters that allow you to narrow down the 450 million contacts. We won't go through them all, but I'll introduce you to the key ones. Job titles allows you to target specific roles at the company. For example, my business would want to target people in the marketing departments. Location. Filter by country, state, or even city if you're doing local outreach. Industry. You can select from hundreds of categories, including SaaS, real estate, and even shipbuilders. Employees. Lets you set the range of employees a prospect company can have. For example, if you target small to medium-sized service area businesses, you'll want to keep the number of employees under 100. Technology allows you to search for companies currently using specific tools such as Shopify, HubSpot, or Stripe. one lead per company. You can toggle this setting at the bottom of the list. When enabled, only the most relevant prospect at each company is recommended. Your other filters determine how Instantly identifies them. Take the time to filter appropriately. As a quick example, for job titles, I'll be interested in Director of Marketing, Head of Marketing, Manager of Sales, Brand Manager, Founder, Marketing Manager, and SVP of Sales. The more time you spend on refining your filters, the better your prospective leads will be. I'll go through and create my custom filter lists. I was able to reduce over 450 million leads down to around 3,700. Once you've got a solid list, go back and click Find Emails. Click the drop-down arrow next to Continue and select Enrich first. This will verify the lead's contact information, especially their email address. Sending to dead email addresses causes bounces, and a bounce rate higher than 3% will destroy your reputation and deliverability. Once verified, you can push these leads directly into a new campaign. Click the box in the upper left of the table to select all of these leads. Now open Move and select Move to Campaign. It looks like we have to create that campaign first. Exit this menu and select Campaigns on the left-hand side of the screen. Click Create New Campaign, give the campaign a name. I'll go with Sample Outreach Campaign and click Continue. Go back to SuperSearch and click Lead Lists in the upper left corner. Now click the box in the upper left of the table to select all of these leads. Open Move, click Move to Campaign, select the campaign's name, and hit Confirm. All right, you've sourced your first leads and added them to a campaign. It's time to build that campaign. Chapter 5, Writing Sequences with AI and Spintax. No time to waste. Open the Campaigns tab and click on the campaign you just created. Ignore the Analytics and Lead sections for now. Instead, open Sequences. This is where you write your emails. A successful cold email outreach sequence usually has 3 or 4 steps. I'll create a 3-step sequence. The first email is the hook, designed to grab your lead's attention. It should be short, sweet, and to the point. You can browse through a selection of templates or use AI tools to help you make this process easier. For example, Opening AI Tools shows 3 options: the AI Sequence Writer, the AI Spintax Writer, and the AI Spam Words Checker. Let's test out the Sequence Writer. Open it. Enter your business's name. Now comes the tough part: prompting the AI to create an ideal sequence. If you watched my videos, you've heard this before, but it bears repeating. Prompting AI properly is tough. Here are 2 tips to make it as painless as possible. Be as specific as possible. Leave as little to chance as you can. You also want to be as clear as possible. Avoid any ambiguity and give precise instructions. For example, I could use a prompt as short and simple as, "I produce YouTube tech tutorials, demos, and comparisons." But that is ambiguous and leaves a lot to be desired. Instead, here's the first sentence of my prompt. We are a specialized video production and script writing agency that creates high-retention YouTube tutorials, SaaS demos, and how-to educational guides. That makes my business's value proposition much clearer. I'll finish adding the rest of my description and hit Continue. Now, identify your target audience. For me, these are B2B and B2C SaaS companies. Now, and this one is tough, Instantly will ask you for 1 or 2 case studies. Either write these up from scratch or copy and paste existing marketing material into the field and move on. Keep the sequence number at 3 and click Generate. Take the time to read through the emails carefully and see if you like what Instantly creates for you. If you don't, that's okay. Click Regenerate as many times as you'd like. It's completely free. Once you find a sequence you're satisfied with, click Use Sequence. Now, let's take the AI-generated content to the next level. By the way, if you're wondering what the curly brackets signify, these are called dynamic fields or variables. This helps personalize an email, adding in the lead's names, and counteract spam filters at the same time. You'll want to leverage variables as best as you can. Beyond first name, you can import custom columns from your lead list, such as compliments, technology, or recent news. The more personalized an email feels, the higher your reply rate will be. Something else to consider is Spintax, or slight variations in sentence structure designed to bypass spam filters. Instantly has an AI Spintax writer built in. Let's open the tool. Click on AI Tools and select AI Spintax Writer. As you can see, the AI generated several different variations for each sentence. Take the time to edit these manually. For example, I'll change greetings to hey. Go through and add Spintax to each of the remaining emails. Before we move on, let's also change the delay between steps. Under step 1, change the delay to 3 days. And under step 2, set it to 4 days. This will help extend your email chain and give leads more time between emails. Now, click Save. Congratulations! Your first email campaign is ready to go. All that's left to do is add the finishing touches, and that's what we will tackle in the next chapter. Chapter 6: Scheduling, Scaling, and A/B Testing. Open the Schedule tab within your campaign. B2B outreach should happen during business hours. I recommend creating a US East Coast schedule, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. EST. Don't worry, this is just a baseline. Instantly is smart enough to detect whether a prospect is in a different time zone based on their location and send the email at the appropriate time for them. As I said during the warm-up chapter, outreach campaigns should never begin or operate on the weekend. Keep Monday, Friday selected. Look to the left. There are start and end settings. You don't need to worry about the end date. That will come automatically. Instead, select either a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday to begin the campaign. The middle of the week is when outreach is most successful. I'll set my campaign to start next Tuesday and then click Apply. Go ahead and open Options. There are a bunch of settings here to play around with, but the most important one is at the top: Accounts to use. If your campaign is working and you want to reach more leads, the amateur move is to increase your account's daily limit from 30 to 200. Instead of sending 200 emails from one account, you send 20 emails from 10 different accounts. In other words, rather than scaling vertically, you need to scale horizontally. Remember when I recommended purchasing multiple email addresses back in Chapter 2? Expand the Accounts view. Then select all your active email accounts. This will enable something called inbox rotation. In short, Instantly will send one email from one account before rotating to the next. This keeps the volume low on each individual account, ensuring you stay under the radar of spam filters while still hitting high total volume. The last thing we need to talk about is A/B testing. Keep the Options tab open. Scroll down and click Show Advanced Options. You'll find a setting called Auto Optimize AZ Testing. Choose Open Rate as the winning metric. Scroll back up, click Hide Advanced Options, and click Save. Head back over to Sequences and press Add Variant underneath each step. Don't worry, you don't have to rewrite your emails. All you need to do is choose a different subject line, or have the AI do it for you. If you have two different variants, Instantly will split the traffic 50-50. After a few hundred emails, you'll see which one has a higher open rate and adjust accordingly. You're ready. Go back to Options, click Launch, and then Publish. That's all there is to it. Your campaign is live and will run automatically. If you want to pause it, all you have to do is hit the pause button on the campaign screen. While we could end the video here and call it a day, let's go a step further and prepare you for your first replies and how you'll handle them with the Unibox and CRM tool. Chapter 7: Handling Leads with the Unibox and CRM. Head over to Unibox. It's been a while since we looked through all the tools. So as a reminder, the Unibox pulls all incoming messages into a single feed. You'll see that leads are sorted into 5 categories: lead, interested, meeting booked, meeting completed, and won. You can sort messages by status and by campaign. Click All Campaigns, select the campaign you're interested in accessing, and there you go. I'll exit this window and head back to the lead inbox to look at the demo email. Click on it to open it. You can reply or forward the email, but look in the upper right. Click the horizontal ellipsis in the corner. From there, you can edit the lead's information or find similar leads. Set reminders. If a lead says follow up in 2 weeks, you can set up a custom internal alerts. Delete lead, add to block lists. If a lead asks you not to message them in the future, you can handle that from there too. A very neat feature I have to point out is the built-in sentiment analysis. It instantly uses AI to categorize replies. For example, it can filter out out-of-office messages so you can focus only on real human responses. It can also let you know if a lead expresses interest right away by slotting them in the interested inbox. Speaking of which, when a lead is flagged as interested, they're automatically pushed to the CRM tab. Go ahead and open the CRM. This built-in tool includes all the features of a standard CRM, sections for emails, calls, SMS messages, and tasks. There are also lists of contacts, leads, and identified opportunities, as well as tabs for campaigns, sales flows, and website visitors. There's also a second tab for CRM-specific reports and the Preferences tab, which is the CRM-specific admin panel for adding or removing users, building automations, and managing integrations. There's a bit more going on here, but that's all we have time to talk about in this video. Ready to bring your own ideas to life? Remember to click the link in the description to start building with Instantly for free. Plus, if you decide to upgrade to a full subscription, that same link will snag you an exclusive discount. I'd love to know what you're working on. Let me know in the comments section how drafting your first sequence is going. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.